Welcome back to Buzz TV. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Carlos Gill with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been a long time since I've seen you.
It's great to see you. It's great to be back here in Jacksonville.
I think this is an event. This interview's coming 10 years too late.
10 years in the making.
10 years in the making. So thanks very much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about what you've got going on. You do a lot of different stuff, and we have an event that we need to talk about. You're back in Jacksonville. These are your roots. Tell us a little bit about what you have going on today.
Well, first of all, it's great to be back home in Jacksonville. I was a resident of Jacksonville from 2006 all the way up until the beginning of 2014 when I moved out to the West Coast. So it's always great to be back here in Jacksonville. I consider Jacksonville my home regardless if I physically live here or not. So what we're going to talk about today is Social Media Day Jacksonville, which is a first ever event coming here to the First Coast. It's on June 30th, so it's coming up in a couple Fridays from now, and it's the first ever event bringing together speakers, thought leaders, and social media practitioners from all over the state of Florida, as well as folks coming in from out of town.
And so that is a really interesting event, and you really have had an interesting evolution in how you went from Carlos Gill, the unemployed, to now Carlos Gill, what is regarded as a world expert in social media. Tell us a little bit about kind of how your evolution has gone from where you were to where you are.
Yeah, great question. So social media is still a industry, if you will, that's relatively new when you think about how Facebook and Twitter have evolved since the days of AOL and MySpace. And today we have Instagram and Snapchat and live video. My evolution, if you will, into how I got started in social media was in 2008. So I used to live right here in Jacksonville. I was laid off from the banking industry, and I turned to social media like many people do when they encounter a job loss, or even today as folks look to build their personal brand. I turned to LinkedIn. I started using social media to really build my brand, but also grow a business. So at the time, for those out there watching that might remember, I started up a company here in Jacksonville called Jobs Direct USA, and I used to host these pink slip parties at the Landing up the street from here in 2009 and 2010. And social media is just one of those things that really introduced me to an endless world of possibilities, not only around branding, but also marketing, PR. It's helped me meet thousands of individuals around the world, and it's really taken my career to heights that I really never knew existed. So in the last almost 10 years of having a presence on social media, I've been able to do some really cool things professionally, not only through my former business, Jobs Direct USA, which helped thousands of unemployed professionals find jobs during the recession, but right here in Jacksonville, I started up social media for Winn-Dixie, so I was their first ever social media manager. I worked for a period of time with LinkedIn, and I've worked with some really cool brands also as a social media influencer. So for anyone out there that doubts the power of social media, I really encourage you to start getting on platforms like Facebook and Instagram and others. Start really using these to put content out and build your brand, whether it's your corporate brand or your personal brand.
And you mentioned something about content. It's content and connection versus the pitch. And so when we were talking offset, we bring content. We're bringing content today. We're talking about an event that you're going to bring your 10 years worth of expertise heading up an event in Jacksonville for other business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies to understand how to leverage social media in an ROI scenario and cost benefit, because sometimes the executive office and social media don't necessarily connect, but you're also coming in from a content perspective versus a pitch. Tell us a little bit about that difference.
So here's what I often say when I'm on stages all over the world speaking about social media. People don't want to be sold to at the end of the day. Whether it's in person or whether it's online, no one really wants to be sold to. They want to be engaged. So as a sales professional, if you knock on someone's door and you just cold call them and you just say, hey, I'm Steve, this is what I do, chances are, if they don't know you, they're not going to be inclined to do business with you. And the online world, it works exactly the same. However, the online world gives you an opportunity to go ahead and build relationships at scale. And what I mean by that is you can now build endless relationships at different stages of those relationships by using online media. So what's really cool about Social Media Day is that it's an event that's going to bring together thought leaders that are experts in the various platforms. For example, Amy Schmittauer and Roberto Blake are two of the biggest thought leaders when it comes to YouTube. and they're going to be here at Social Media Day teaching business owners and executives how to integrate YouTube into their business. Specifically, Amy, who recently came out with a book, she's known as the Vlog Boss. She's going to teach others how to use vlogging and create content on YouTube. We're also going to have thought leaders here from large enterprise businesses like Hertz and Southwest and Cisco. So if you're out there and you're debating whether or not social media works, or if you want some reaffirmation and learn from big brands and thought leaders on the various platforms, this is absolutely an event that you must attend.
So how do people find out more about the event? I mean, I'm assuming you're on social media, that's a given. How do people get tickets? Tell us a little bit about how to connect with you.
Absolutely. So you can go to smdayjacks.com. So smdayjacks.com, you can go there to sign up and get your tickets. You can also follow the event on Twitter with hashtag smdayjacks.
Very good. Well, Carlos, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you here. Guys, thanks for joining us on Buzz TV. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.